Rapid gunshots ringing out during the White House Correspondents' Dinner in Washington on Saturday night. The shooting, now determined by officials to be an attempt on the president's life, caused chaos at the D.C. hotel venue. Guests were forced to duck for cover under tables, and members of the administration were quickly escorted by Secret Service out of the venue to safety. One Secret Service agent was hit by a bullet, but officials say he was wearing a protective vest, so he was left with only minor injuries. No one else was hurt or struck. So this is the reported timeline of the shooting. Security was breached at around 8:34 at night, almost immediately followed by a rapid fire of gunshots. Guests took cover and security was rushed in. Only 12 seconds after the first gunshots were heard is when the president was evacuated. 3 minutes after shots were fired, administration officials were then escorted out. This video shows Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, FBI Director Kash Patel, and other officials leaving the main room with security by their side. Then at 9:17 p.m., the president posted on Truth Social saying the suspect had been apprehended. Footage you're looking at now shows the moment security was breached and the suspect raced through the lobby. At 9:39 p.m., the president of the Whca came on stage to tell the rest of those in attendance that the event will not continue and will be rescheduled. The suspect has been identified as 31-year-old Cole Allen. Reporting from Washington with more on him is national news correspondent Christine Frizzau.
Less than 3 miles from where he allegedly planned to take out some of the highest-ranking members in the U.S. government, 31-year-old Cole Thomas Allen appeared in federal court, charged with 2 federal gun crimes and 1 count of attempting to assassinate a president.
Those charges are only 3 charges that are in the complaint that has been presented in federal district court about an hour ago. There will be additional charges as this investigation continues to unfold.
His shocking plan detailed in a 1,000-word manifesto in which he called himself a, quote, friendly federal assassin and described his targets as administration officials, not including FBI Director Kash Patel, adding, I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. It will likely be used as evidence in his case.
These are the weapons that the defendant had on his person. You can see that's a 12-gauge pump-action Mossberg shotgun. It's a .38 semi-automatic. He had at least 3 knives and all kinds of paraphernalia. So any suggestion that he wasn't there to do harm is absurd.
The former teacher of the month from Torrance, California, had reportedly worried his immediate family members enough to call the police just before the incident.
He was targeting President Trump. He described that in his manifesto. He was targeting administration officials. He described that. But as far as us understanding additional motivation, that's for the FBI and law enforcement.
Allen was reportedly part of a group known as the Whca, which on its website calls for the radical complexity of diversity and says, quote, we can emancipate ourselves without violence. Federal election records show he also donated $25 to the Democratic Party PAC Act Blue for Kamala Harris's presidential campaign. Allen did not enter a plea during this initial appearance before a federal judge, and the court has scheduled a hearing for this Thursday to determine whether he would, under any circumstances, be eligible for pretrial release. I'm Christine Frizzau reporting.